is texting while driving. Using a cell phone while driving, whether it's handheld or hands-free, delays a driver's reaction as much as having a blood alcohol concentration at the legal limit of 0.08%, according to the University of Utah. Texting while driving is a very dangerous thing because it can cause accidents, death, and you could get fined. While people who are for texting while driving might say that you can always talk into your phone and it will type the message for you, there are plenty of reasons to back up why that wouldn't be such a good thing after all. Texting while driving can lead to accidents. Studies have found that texting while driving causes a 400% increase in time spent with eyes off the road, according to Snyder. This shows that even though you think your eyes might be on the road or looking down quickly and back up, something could happen in that split second, such as swerving. It's estimated that at least 23% of all car accidents each year involve cell phone use. That's about 1.3 million crashes, according to Snyder. This percent may not seem like a lot, but if you think about it, there are many other reasons to have a crash, but just for one certain group, which is texting while driving, is a lot of people. This definitely can be prevented if people would just stay off their phones. Many of these crashes are from the younger generation, which would be the teenagers. 15 to 19-year-olds make up the largest portion of distracted drivers, according to Snyder. Talking on the phone would be better than texting, but anything to do with a cellular device can be distracting and would be better if people just waited until they were done driving. Texting while driving can also lead to death. A Wisconsin man convicted of causing a fatal accident is looking at over 10 years in prison, possibly the toughest sentence ever handed out for texting while driving. The 23-year-old was convicted second-degree reckless homicide for causing a December 2012 crash that killed one man in Wood County. The young man admitted to police that he was texting his girlfriend and trying to respond to numerous other text messages when he blew through a stop sign and struck another vehicle. The impact bounced his car into a third car with such force that the seatbelt driver was ejected and died on the scene, according to MPLS. This accident shows that just sending one text message could end someone's life, and he is now serving his time for one mistake. This accident could have been avoided either by possibly calling his girlfriend instead of texting her or just waiting until he was done driving. Accidents like this happen all over the United States. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, texting while driving kills 11 teens each day. That may seem like a small number for the whole 50 states, but if you think about it, that's a lot. Texting while driving is banned in most states, but not quite all of them yet. Washington was the first state to pass a texting ban in 2007. Currently, 41 states, D.C., Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands ban text messaging for all drivers. All but 4 have primary enforcement, according to GHSA. In all of the states that are banned, you can get fined, and depending on what the officer decides, the fine can be very pricey. In California, the maximum penalty for a first-time offender is just $20, the lowest in the country, while Alaska will slap you with a whopping $10,000 fine and year in prison. Meanwhile, some states don't allow cops to pull drivers over for texting, but can impose a texting fine on top of another penalty, like speeding. All in all, fines can be whatever the state has as their limit or what the officer thinks you should get. All of the states that have a ban have a maximum penalty. In the state of Wisconsin, the maximum fine is $400. According to police, they can't tell if someone is texting and driving. Many feel the new laws are a good idea and will save lives. For law enforcement, catching drivers texting or even teens using their cell phones is proving to be harder than it may seem, according to Logana. The only way a cop can really tell if you are texting is if you're swerving all over the road and looking down constantly. Cops are also able to look at the history of your cellular device if they think you are texting. People from the opposing side that are for the texting while driving might say that if they have a smartphone that they can just talk into it and it will type the message that they want to send. The problem with that is you still have to look at the phone to see what the other person is sending you, and you still have to make sure that your phone is sending the message that you want it to send. If someone wants to talk into their phone to a text message, they might as well just call the person instead of risking their life and making a mistake. Texting while driving is just as bad, if not worse, than drinking and driving, since they may make things such as breathalyzer and things that you can put into your vehicle that you can blow into. In order to drive, they should make something such as a sensor that either turns off your phone or doesn't let you text while you're driving, so that you are still able to answer phone calls. There are also apps that you can get for texting and driving. 94% of drivers support bans on texting while driving. According to Snyder, if so many people support the bans, then why do people still do it? I think that police officers should enforce the laws more so that people will learn their lessons not to text and drive, so that there won't be as many accidents and deaths anymore. I know that when you get the text message you feel you have to look at it, but if people would turn off their cellular device while they are driving, I think that might help. Texting and driving is a very dangerous thing to do, and in one split second, everything could change. So if you can avoid that, it would make the world a lot better place.